Exciting times for all of us that are working on this. But before I get going with a few comments here, I would like to recognize a few people who have been and continue to be very instrumental in the success that we're enjoying, and hopefully you will all continue to enjoy over the years to come. So I give an especially warm welcome this morning to the mayor, Jerry Murillo, who has been incredibly helpful. Thank you. Thank you. And I saw Commissioner James Keith, and I seem very welcome. Yeah. And I saw Commissioner Paula Ryan. I don't know if Paula's still here. She was here a little bit earlier. Yeah, I saw her earlier. I also want to recognize a few people here, a few of the team members here this morning who are also doing an incredible job for us, running all of this. Gopal Rajagowda, Jordan Rathliv, and David Harrison. Would you guys stand up? So that's the team that's working with us here at Related and running all this and doing an incredible job for us. And I want to recognize a former mayor, Joel Daves, who's with us this morning. And to show my age this morning, I am now enjoying my experience with the fourth mayor in West Palm Beach. Because I've been working at this for almost 20 years. I've got just over 19 years invested in this community. It has not all been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of challenge. There's been a lot of ups and downs. But the good news is that your publicly elected officials have stayed with this all the way, which is very encouraging. And part of that is because I think they really had the faith that we were going to stay with this all the way. We've never given up on it. And I want to tell you that this project, which is especially very, very special to all of us, is going to be augmented by an incredible amount of work that we're going to do with Mayor Murillo and her staff coming up at City Place. And we're not new to a church preservation, because in fact, as you know, 18 years ago when we built City Place, we spent an enormous amount of time restoring and reactivating the church in the center of the project. And we will have some more good news on that coming up shortly, because we're going to take it to another step going forward. We have a philosophy in the company of getting involved in a community, making a real commitment to it, staying with it for the long haul. And I don't think anything could say more about that than the commitment we have to be here. Steve Ross and I both own homes in Palm Beach. We spend a great deal of time here. I will say it's during better weather, but we are here all the winters. And I'm coming down a great deal to join the team here to execute what we hope will be the next generation of what will be the finest office building, not ever built in West Palm Beach. This will be the finest office building ever built in Florida. And I can say that with a great deal of conviction. In part, of course, to our wonderful lead architect and designer, David Childs, and the whole team working on it. So we've reactivated downtown. I mean, we've spent all these years making sure that City Place stays active, that it stays safe, and that we try to reinvent this as we go forward. And if you follow what's going on in retailing today, you know that this is quite a challenge. We've never given up on it, and we'll be announcing some great new things going forward. And we're not new to building office buildings in West Palm Beach. I led the design of this building and the development of it, which is a 300,000-foot office building, and it was and is today the finest new office building that's been built in this community over the last 20 years. An incredibly successful building. That's the other thing. I don't know how many people follow how important it is to deliver some new first-class office space in this community. There's a demand here that's not being met. There are people who would like to lease space in West Palm Beach in a new building with full services and all of the new systems. There's no product for them. They have nowhere to go. And no one's meeting that demand at the moment. And if you can put it close to the water, I mean, it really picks up in terms of its demand dramatically. So we have a lot of experience with great tenants. You know that we just executed and delivered, again, with a great help from the city of West Palm Beach and the county. And this convention center hotel is performing incredibly well. For all of those who said it would never get built, for all of those who said when it started it would never open, and for all of those who said when it opens it will never be successful, we can tell you, Gopal and Jordan, the whole team of us can tell you that we've just finished our first 5 months of this year at just under 90% occupancy, and the rates exceeded any of our budgets by probably 20%. So it's an incredible, which again says many good things about what's going to happen in West Palm Beach with the opening of our restoration hardware. So I was telling the mayor this morning that we have the right to build on this site a 250,000 square foot office building, which would have added an incredible amount of massing to the center of Okeechobee Boulevard. And that building, if it had gotten built, would have had a 6-story parking garage at the base of it. You would have been driving by a parking garage on your way in and out of Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. Instead, we elected to do a deal here with a guy who's a very good friend of mine, the chairman of Restoration Hardware, and it says a lot about where the community's going. Very interesting architecture, beautiful artwork, and uses that are going to really activate Okeechobee Boulevard and be very complementary to the hotel, the convention center, and City Place. By the way, there is a restaurant going on the 4th floor of that building, which will knock you dead when you see it. It is going to be incredible on the top 4th floor. So again, another great addition to what we're doing. And again, we've been, I don't know anyone who has made a greater effort of time, creativity, and dollars in terms of creating jobs in this community than we have. And we're not done. This building, fortunately, I hope we're all fortunate enough to see us go ahead here, plus the work we're going to do at City Place is going to be incredible. And we believe in incredible diversified employment in our projects. You can see what this is telling you. I mean, the kind of jobs that we create and the effort we make to make sure we reach out to the full community is something we believe in very deeply, and we don't only talk about it, we do it. And so this is a very important part of our whole mandate as we go forward here. And it's an extraordinary opportunity. I challenge anyone who looks at this and doesn't feel like the building's already here and that the building really fits. It feels good. It just feels good. I mean, there aren't many projects, as David and I can tell you, that you work on that when you finish the design, you've always got this angst that you're not quite sure you got it all right and you don't feel good about it till it actually gets built and open. This building feels like it already feels great. It's got a beautiful fit in what we're doing here, and with the amenitization we're doing, I think it's a great story. The other thing I would say to you is, unlike every other developer that I know of in West Palm Beach that's currently proposing to do something, everyone's talking about doing things. There's a lot of talk. They don't really have any organization behind them. They don't really have the track record to execute what they're talking about doing, and they won't do it speculatively because they don't have the guts to really do it, and they don't have the resources to execute it. Check all the boxes for us. We're here, we're committed, we've got the experience, we've got the tenants, we've got the resources, and we're willing to start the building without any tenants because we know we're going to lease it. And I hope we all get a chance to see this become a reality because it's fantastic for this church and it's fantastic for the community. Thank you very much.